Good morning, Afghanistan.
Howdy.
What's up?
How's it going? You alright?
Yeah, not bad. It is episode 12, yeah?
Is it? Damn.
Xmen Apocalypse and various other things.
I totally forgot I wasted so much time watching that this week.
Don't be so dismissive. I found it fabulously. Well, considering that this
Average. Below average.
this episode's probably going to be called Xmen Shitocalypse, then that'll probably tell you everything you need to know.
Oh, this film. Okay.
It was hard work, but we'll get there in a bit. But first of all, we just watched the Kongy Wongy trailer.
Man, what a trailer. What a few big names. A lot of big names in this.
You've got Taylor Swift's old fuck buddy.
Oh, what? Tommy Hiddleston?
Tommy Hiddleston, who might be James Bond at some point. I'm not entirely convinced, but it's possible.
Maybe.
But yeah, this the tone of this trailer took me by surprise quite a bit. It seemed to have quite a humorous tone, especially the music as well.
John C. Reilly was there to bring the humour.
Yeah, he's a funny guy, isn't he? I mean, we were shown Samuel L. Jackson, but he didn't really do a lot in the trailer, did he? He was only there for snippets. But
Don Goodman.
And I guess you won't have to go and see this film to see the giant gorilla, because we were shown it within about 12 seconds of the trailer.
Fucking huge. It's like a mountain. Finally, an actual big fucking King Kong.
Yeah, well, the problem is, I think in Peter Jackson's one, his King Kong was maybe like 40, 50 foot tall, maybe less, maybe more, but this one looks like he could be hundreds of feet tall.
It's very, very big.
Lots of feet. And it looks quite good. And there's obviously a lot of CGI here.
I'll be seeing it.
Yeah, I probably will. I think
There's a few dinosaurs, massive spiders, normal King Kong stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what those strange animals are. There's some sort of bipedal lizard monster.
It didn't
look
like we're going to do the shitty let's bring him back to New York bit.
No, hopefully. Well, yeah, this one's got a slightly different time set in it, because it looked like it was like sort of
70s,
Vietnam-y.
Vietnam-y.
60s, 70s. But yeah, I think pleasantly surprised. It could be quite good.
Yeah, a bit out of nowhere, wasn't it, really? I didn't even know there was an advert for it.
No, it was it just sort of appeared.
But yes, go and watch it. If you have 2 to 3 minutes spare time this week, watch the Kong trailer. Please.
Kong. And then there's another big trailer this week. It's going to be the second in a long, long, long line of live-action remakes of Disney films. It's going to be the exact same film.
It just feels like a cash grab.
It's going to be in CGI instead of cartoon.
Disney not have enough money.
Well, yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? I mean,
it's so annoying.
When they're probably all going to make about $1 billion each.
It's not even a new take on Beauty and the Beast, though. I guarantee you the film's almost going to be shot for shot of the cartoon.
Yeah, but Ewan McGregor's playing, what's that little thing called Cogglesworth or something?
Ewan McGregor's in it.
He's putting on a French accent.
Of course Ewan McGregor's in it. Who's not going to go and work for Disney under a film that's definitely just going to do well? It's the easiest money in the world.
Hermione Granger's in it as well.
Oh.
I don't really rate her, to be honest. And then it's got that other guy, I think his name's Dan Stevens or something. But I thought the Beast looks quite shit as well.
Yeah, I did see a few shots
okay,
of it.
but I don't know, the creature design looks a bit wanky panky, to be honest. I feel like it's just going to be... I mean, I quite enjoyed the Jungle Book. I wasn't enamoured with it.
I just...
slightly irritating.
I just feel like if it's not a new take, don't bother.
Add something. Take it in a different direction. Why not come up with a new original story?
Yeah, and like maybe don't even do a prequel or a sequel. Just do a new take on the story. I mean, at the end of the day, Disney are probably the worst in the world for just what do they call it when you like keep a character going for longer than you're supposed to?
Overexposure.
No.
Bleeding it dry.
No.
Flogging a dead horse.
No. The patent when you keep a patent on something, it's supposed to expire after 60 years anyway, and Mickey Mouse was supposed to expire like 50 odd years ago, and
never given that up.
Yeah, they basically stretched the law out, so now nothing comes public domain anymore.
That's why the DVDs are still really expensive, isn't it?
Yeah,
there's a reason why.
But then
it's a 25-year-old film that's like
the irony is they're only big because all of their stories are on these characters in the public domain.
Yes,
Such,
make any sense.
it's like,
Fuck you, Walt Disney, you Nazi. We all
exactly,
know he was a Hitler
seriously,
sympathiser.
fuck the Disney company.
Fuck the Disney.
They are the worst, honestly. Like what they've
Don't they
done.
have Star Wars and have they got Marvel as well?
They bought Star Wars and Marvel, yeah. But yeah, basically stuff's only supposed to exist for like 60 years and then it becomes public domain. Like Frankenstein, Dracula, they were copyrighted for a bit. But yeah, now we have to deal with nothing becoming public domain ever again.
And obviously there's a Jungle Book sequel, there's a Lion King remake. I'm sure we're going to get... I'm quite excited to see the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I bet you when they did a Lion King makeup, they'll be like, oh yeah, we had to individually animate each hair on Simba's body. I guarantee you some animation cunt's going to be like that.
Some animation cunt.
Anyway, yeah.
That is our animation cunt section.
It pisses me off. It pisses me off. That shit pisses me off, man.
That shit. Have we got any film news this week?
Yes, Jackie Chan has finally won an Oscar.
He won our Oscar.
Lifetime achievement after 56 years and 200 films. You thought Leonardo DiCaprio deserved an Oscar last year. This man definitely deserves an Oscar more than Leonardo DiCaprio.
Even if it's just for cumulative efforts. I mean...
well, he reinvented the stunt industry as it is.
That's his
you know?
main thing, isn't it? It's,
it's
groundbreaking, breathtaking.
He's had a big impact on like cinematography.
Yeah, you've got to think there's a lot of films now that might not have existed or be quite what they were if it wasn't for him breaking so many bones.
Especially like the Kung Fu films and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, Rush Hour, probably one of the best films ever.
Yeah, he's funny in that. Gave
Chris Tucker one of his own, 3 of his only like actual film credits. I mean, some people really don't like Chris Tucker, but I find him really funny in Rush Hour and Fifth Element. He's got that sort of squeaky man thing.
He's just like really sort of energetic, isn't he?
It's energetic. It's
too energetic. I find it hard to track him across the screen. Where is he? Is he on the left?
There?
Is he on the right?
Just follow the screeching. But no, yeah. Jackie Chan is a legend. I mean, the Karate Kid remake is a pile of shit.
Yep.
But then again...
But it's got Jaden Smith in it. That's Will Smith's son. He's basically Hollywood royalty.
If all paper was made out of wood, we would be trees. That's like the sort of thing you'd tweet.
Oh.
It would tweet something that makes absolutely no sense and try and make it out to be sensical.
What's his most famous one? How can we...
Something about teachers, wasn't it?
No, something about eyes. How can we... Oh, I don't know.
If none of us had eyes, we'd all be able to see or something.
Oh,
God, profound and nonsensical. I really think Will should beat some sense into that boy.
How can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real?
They're both wrong, for starters.
Anyway, more film news. Moving on. Did you know they're making an Ocean's 8 with only women?
But they started with 11.
Well, yeah, but
this goes up to 11.
No, but what it is I think they're opening it up to expand to a trilogy, so they can do 8, 9, and 10. But they're doing it with just women, and Matt Damon's appearing in it, and this is the first time I've heard of it. So if your point was that like women can do movies too, well, the fact that I'm only hearing about it now because Matt Damon's going to be in it, proving your point wrong.
Yes, it's not really working, is it?
No, did not mean to play that. Sorry. It's relaunching with an immensely talented cast, apparently. Apparently, though, when you film it with men, you can get 11 to 13 talented actors, but when you film it with women, you can get 8 to 10 talented actors.
Who have we actually got here? I think maybe 8.
Sandra Bullock. Anne Hathaway. Mindy Kaling.
Don't know who that is.
I think... No, I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't know who she is. But, yeah, Matt Damon's going to be in it. Probably a continuation of the series.
But it's starting at a lower number than what preceded it.
But I honestly just think it's so they can go Oceans 8, 9 and 10.
Yeah, it seems likely, but it depends if this...
Here we go. Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett.
Dakota Fanning. Helena Bonham Carter.
Oh, wow.
Which means Johnny Depp's bound to show up.
Tim Burton's directing it then, I guess.
Damian Lewis.
Yeah, that's that ginger dude.
And Awkwafina.
Sorry?
I don't know. It just says Awkwafina. It says Eric West and Awkwafina. I don't know who Awkwafina is. Or if it's even a person.
It sounds like some sort of strange fragrance.
Awkwafina. So they're relaunching it. do you think it needed to be relaunched? I think it's going to be like the Ghostbusters again.
No. Oh, well, for starters, I'm pretty sure that no one's really that enamoured. I'm using enamoured twice in one episode. No one's really that enamoured. 3 times.
Only because you're on page E of the dictionary.
With the original Ocean series. I mean, they were fine as they were, but it's not like Ghostbusters, which was like a treasured 80s iconic film. This is just like they must have made decent money, I guess, and they're just thinking, we'll piggyback off this.
But the problem is that Ghostbusters was huge. So if you make a Ghostbusters remake, obviously it's never going to do as well, but it'll do average. Oceans 11, 12 and 13, especially 13 off the top of my head, did average at best.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. I can't imagine any of them were blockbusters, were they?
Ocean's 11 was really good. I can remember that being good. That was a good film.
I imagine it being quite clever in that, but I still don't think it made like particularly good money.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, Awkwafina is an American rapper, comedian, TV personality, an actress known by the name of Awkwafina.
Well, she can
I've never seen her before in my life.
Must be an American thing, I guess. If I had to guess.
But yeah, anyway, I really hope this doesn't become a trend of remaking. Unless you're going to take an original take on it. Take an original take on it. If it's just 8 women trying to heist a casino, then you're just remaking it with
There'll be
women.
a little Chinese one who can get in boxes and climb
don't
around.
Remake it. Just don't remake the film point for point with women. Do something original with women.
Yeah, you'd like to think so, but
a little bit.
They're lazy and they're scared, aren't they? Talking of Matt Damon, I mean, I think we spoke about this before, but I saw another new trailer for that Great Wall film, which is the one that's set in China.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of trailers.
And it just looks so funny that like the rest of the
He's
cast
the
is
only
pretty much
American.
like Asian. There's the guy who played Oberyn from Game of Thrones, and I think Willem Dafoe makes an appearance. But it's literally like there's this huge epic like it's directed by like a famous Asian director. I'm ignorant. I don't know exactly who he is, but still to top it all off, it has to be Matt Damon.
Yeah,
it's not possible for like they don't believe that like an American or English audience will go see a film that doesn't have like a white male lead in it, I guess. That seems what it seems to be going on, really. Especially in regards to this.
Yeah.
Have some faith, man.
No, it annoys me really But it's that thing, though, where it would be great to see like an all-Chinese cast film, like actually top the box office, but then they're never just going to get the exposure in the West if they don't just stick Matt Damon in.
Yeah, it's one of those things, I guess, isn't it?
But then it's like in the Marvel films where everything's now got to have something to do with China, so they can sell the film in China. It's that balance. We're slowly getting more of a balance. Maybe one day we'll get a bit closer.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those
We'll get the guy from Howard and Kumar get the munchies.
John Cho.
Instead of Matt Damon. Just slowly work the way.
A dude who's like pretty much like American Asian and he's only ever lived in America. But any other news?
No, not really.
Shall we get to the what have you been watching?
Well, what I wanted to do this week was do a very quick Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them episode 3 days after it comes out in the UK, but someone can't be bothered to go to the cinema.
I'll be seeing it on Tuesday, which will be tomorrow.
Oh, great. So we can do an episode on it 10 days after it comes out. No, I'm not going to give anything away, but I enjoyed it.
All right, then. Fair enough. I'll tell you what I didn't enjoy.
Go on.
I was made to watch yesterday.
Xmen Apocalypse?
No. We'll get onto that in a bit. But no, a film which I didn't realise how badly it performed, but it came out this year. The original made like over $1 billion, and this one made I think it actually came out at a loss. Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Oh yeah,
that new sequel that like
that was.
I think it was made for about 100.
That was a film.
It was made for 180, and then it made 300 million. But they actually
that cost 180 million. What the fuck?
And it was just so pointless. I mean, Sacha Baron Cohen was quite funny in it, but it was just like the most ridiculously. And all it was just like, it was CGI from here to here to here to here. It was just sort of, they were flying around a bit, and it was like, my God, this is so shit. First 10 minutes, all right. But then it was the same thing. Over. And over.
Yeah, I think I have seen the first Alice film. I didn't think it was too bad, but I didn't love it. It weren't like...
We weren't like raving about it, but yeah, this one was just like I can see why it did so badly. I mean, it wasn't actually directed by Burton.
Was Alice in Wonderland a Disney film?
Yeah.
So another pointless remake.
Oh yeah, sequel remake, whatever you want to
call it.
No.
Now you mention it, they've not. That wasn't the second remake. Beauty and the Beast isn't the second remake because they've done Snow White.
Snowy.
And do you know what? Do you remember what I was saying about them making it original? Snow White and the Huntsman actually wasn't that bad, I don't think.
It wasn't that bad, but I don't think they make a sequel.
They did make a sequel, but I've not seen it.
Huntsman's
I remember
Hunt.
seeing the first one. I didn't think it was too bad.
Yeah, it was just perfectly alright, I guess.
That's what they should do.
That's what they should do.
Take the character, make an original story. Anyway.
Put Kristen Stewart in it so she can sleep with the director and cheat on Robert Pattinson. And then, yeah, I mean, I watched Good Morning Vietnam as well, which I just wanted to mention because Robin Williams is really, really funny in it.
Yep.
And it's quite poignant. And it just made me sad that he's dead because he was such a big part of my childhood watching his films and him being like one of the funniest people ever. I just wanted to mention that really quickly.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Other than that, no, I plan to see Arrival. Apparently, it's very good. It's not
Supposed
so
to be
much.
fucking awesome.
It's not so much action-y as it's supposed to be like sort of language thriller.
A language thriller.
Never have you seen the English language used in these ways before.
Complacent.
Watch as people try to translate an alien language
I've just got images of them.
in a race against time for surely nuclear destruction.
They're just playing Scrabble with like this big-headed alien. No,
That's
isn't
a
the
triple
word.
letter
You
tile.
can't use swear words, blogger-jog.
Anyway, shall we get on to the main feature? We've only got 24 odd minutes to completely
24.
shit on this
If we're
film.
sticking to a strict time span, which we might not do depending on how annoyed we get with how shit this was. Just before we get into the main feature, we've started to add in a new little section where basically we're starting to become a bit of a podcast community, as it were. We're podcast fans ourselves, and we just wanted to give an opportunity for podcasts that we're fans of to have a little promo section within inside our podcast, because we're going to start having little promos on their podcast as well, because we just want everyone to listen to great stuff. We've only got one promo this week. It's from the guys who do the Movie Source Rex podcast. They're based in Benfleet. So this is the Essex Massive, and they're just really fucking funny dudes. Just like listening to two of your mates chat. So here's their little promo, and if you like their stuff, please check them out because they're fucking hilarious. Nice one, guys. Peace out. Cheers.
I just realised, Tom, we got to do a promo for the Movie Source Rex podcast, and we don't have any fucking music to go with it.
We need to find a composer then, don't we?
Someone like maybe Danny Elfman.
Oh, God.
How would that go?
I don't know, but I feel like you're going to tell me.
I imagine it goes something like. Bom, 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 bom. Something like that. If you want to hear more stuff like this, head over to the Moviesaurus Rex podcast.
Or don't.
Or don't. It don't really fucking matter, does it? Do what you want. But yeah, maybe do. Or don't.
Please.
Please listen to us.
Yeah. It's the worst superhero film of this year. It came out this year.
Yeah, it did. It came out, wasn't it, like April, May time or something? And
It's worse than Suicide Squad.
yeah, I totally agree with that because there wasn't much fun to be had here. I mean, the thing that really disappointed me is that this was like Bryan Singer, who made like the original, the first two, I think, and he might have made a couple others. But like the first two for me, I really still enjoy them. I rate them. I think they hold up quite well. But then this is just like such a freaking mess, man. It's just like, what the fuck are they thinking?
It's bland. It just feels so bland. It just feels like another X-Men film. Oh, another X-Men film.
It was just so formulaic as well. That intro where they're like transferring his body or his mind into another body, and then it just becomes everybody just getting crushed by rocks. That's what I remember about it. Yeah, it's trying to be like this big grand scary opening.
I didn't mind the intro too bad. That wasn't too bad because this is this super strong villain. You get to see the villain straight away. But again, it's formulaic X-Men. See the villain straight away. See him trying to do something crazy.
Display
see how
his
he
powers.
lives. But no, I like the whole them chopping down the stones to bring down the pyramid. That was pretty cool.
That was quite interesting. But
By the way, spoilers, because if you've not seen this film by now, don't bother.
Yeah, we don't really care. But the point is, like, what I didn't understand is they've got this big pyramid. And from what I understand, they've just got a block there waiting to be easily chopped that can take the pyramid down.
Well, I think what it
purpose
is
does that
that the slaves that built it must have built in some sort of mechanism to destroy it very easily.
And none of the people that were in charge of the slaves.
And
you know what? Sorry,
Whoa.
I'll just smash the mic. None of the people in charge of the building were like, "What are you doing with that large brick that looked like it could take the whole pyramid down?" No,
Hey.
trust me, It's just a pipe for toilets.
Why's these ramps going towards these integral columns to the pyramid structure?
The weight-bearing columns, and everybody.
Why
just
is
gets
why is all the pyramid on these 4 very small weight-bearing columns?
This is very peculiar. And
Yeah. Firstly, I'd like to start. The film cost $180 million and made $550 million, which sounds like a lot, but for a superhero film, isn't.
Not with that sort of budget, I guess. No, it's not particularly good. I mean, I'm guessing it would have made some profit, but I think the critical response kind of held it back because, like, as soon as I heard that it wasn't very good, I just didn't bother going to the cinema.
I feel like we're just like saying it's not very good. It's not that it's not very good. It's okay. It just is another average, bland X-Men film.
Yeah, well, I think I dislike it more than you because I did think it was pretty.
They
bad,
really
to be
need
honest.
to
It was so
kick
bad.
up. Oh, the ending, like this.
You mean the classic things, just everything being destroyed, sucked up in the earth?
Yeah.
You can't actually see what it is.
The ending's a bit shit, but no, the running time's 2.5 hours.
Yeah, and it felt like it.
And it really felt like 2.5 hours. I was watching it on my laptop. I kept doing that thing where you move the cursor to see how long I've got left.
It's only 33 minutes, for Christ's sakes.
God's sakes.
The problem is that it was so formulaic. It's like evil villain, and then you get the idea that he's just recruiting 4 people.
Yeah.
So you get that bit. He then comes across, he hurts some people, a couple of characters die, which was quite surprising. But the problem I had which was a bit like Days of Future Past and like the third one, or any one where there's a lot of them, is just like you get like almost no character development. Like, say, like, you know, that dude with the wings.
Because the villains only last one film.
The guy with the wings or whatever.
Angel.
He was quite an interesting character, but we didn't learn anything about him.
No.
I don't think he actually said anything.
No.
He just flew around. All I know is that actor used to be in EastEnders.
The scene where they're fighting in the fighting pit's not too bad.
Yeah, that's quite cool, but you still have like no idea who he is. You've got no interest. He just looks like quite a weak one. And it's just like, it was so, I don't know, it's fucking annoying. I mean, I don't want to completely shit on it, but let's just talk about the villain. I keep hitting the mic stand because I've lost control of my hands.
Apocalypse. And the plot. We'll start talking about Apocalypse and we go. Firstly, he looks like a fucking massive Smurf.
Yeah, that is one of the worst. Like, that looks like a design from like the 90s to me. That could be from anything. It was so Power Rangers.
Yep.
Just this blue dude.
Even his costume looks shit. I could not describe you his costume right now. It's like some big, like metal gold thing. Yeah,
He looks like something out of fucking Power Rangers.
He's not
with tubes.
Yeah, he's not an iconic character.
Like, there was nothing visually striking about him. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, in the past, you've had people like Magneto. He's always looked very like sleek and sort of like he's had his cool helmet and stuff. And you get other villains. I don't know, like nearly every other villain. Even if you just looked at something like, I don't know, like even the Mads Mikkelsen villain, he had like an interesting look, didn't he?
Yeah,
From, Doctor Strange. But this,
yeah.
he just looks ridiculous.
No, he did look stupid.
And the
like,
problem is,
really
he is such
stupid.
a good actor as well. And just everything he said, I was just like, this guy looks like a moron.
Throughout the film, he speaks monotone and he has no expression on his face.
I think that's part of him trying to be like having like this sort of godlike thing.
But yes, he doesn't do much. Really, he doesn't do much.
He stands there, doesn't he? I mean,
but so he recruits 4 powerful mutants.
yeah, basically.
One of them being Magneto, who's lost another family.
Oh yeah, I must admit, I quite like. I mean, I've always been a fan of Michael Fassbender, and I like the way. But it's like, how many times can Michael Fassbender, like Magneto, go from being like, I want to destroy and cleanse the world, to being like, I'm reminded that I've actually got people that I like, so I'm going to stop doing that, because he's done it about 5 or 6 times now.
Another bland X-Men move. Like, it's just every film he has some sort of personal tragedy.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Takes it out on the world, and then at the end goes, actually, I kind of like you, Charles Xavier.
What did the police have bow and arrows? Oh no, that's because they knew he
could
the metal.
control
But
metal.
when he actually fires that arrow into his daughter, it looks really shit. It just stuck out in my mind that the arrow looks really crap. That scene where he kills him with the bracelet was pretty cool, I thought.
Yeah, so basically he gets stopped by a load of police officers who want to kill his family.
Because he actually saved some guy, didn't he? Some guy's going to get crushed by one of those big like
and then
multi things because he's working in like a
but then
furnace place.
Remember, in this universe, he is this massive villain.
Yeah, who nearly like ended the world.
Almost ended the world. Yeah, so it's like it's sort of seeing like Charles Manson save a kid from being run over by a car. You're still going to ring the police.
Yeah. I mean, he just hides in some indiscriminate Polish town and thinks no one's ever going to recognise him.
Yeah, and that scene wasn't too bad with his wife and kid, but once again, just another boring X-Men thing. So, also, Angel fucked up his wing trying to fight Nightcrawler in like a fighting pit.
Yeah, they get like electrocuted or something. One point I would like to make quickly, sorry, is that Nightcrawler accent. What the fuck was that?
I know.
Was it Russian? Because I'm not. It sounded more like Indian to me.
I can understand.
I
what he was
don't know
saying.
where I'm going.
It did sound more Indian, yeah. He annoyed me with his voice.
He was a terrible Nightcrawler. When you
He
think
really was,
X-Men
yeah.
2 Nightcrawler, that opening scene where he's in the White House and he's taking all those guys out and like flashing around, that's one of the best scenes in the X-Men franchise.
That is brilliant, yeah.
And that actor, I can't remember what his name is, but he's that older bloke. I think he was in Spy Kids as well, but he was like a pretty good Nightcrawler. I thought.
Yeah, he was. The Nightcrawler in this was terrible. So, yeah, he gets 4 mutants, gives them superpowers. Angel, he gives massive metal wings.
And he can sort of
Who
fire.
can fire them out, but then obviously regrow them back, because that would be pointless otherwise.
Sort of like a wing shotgun, but it still doesn't look that impressive. I mean,
Yeah.
he's not, he enhances all their powers. Basically, he just looks at them and goes, which I think is an excuse for him to just probably puts them under a spell and then touches them inappropriately.
But then we find out about Cyclops in school. I like that scene where he's like, you're looking at my girl? I'm going to beat you up.
Punk. Something that they've been doing for like
my
15
eyes
years
hurt.
in those X-Men
Yeah.
films.
No, he's just like, my eyes hurt. And then he just obviously opens his eyes and just fucks the school up. And that's great. And then he goes to the Xavier and he's like, fire your eyes at this target. And he just fucks a tree up. He's like, my granddad planted that tree. I used to play on it.
Yeah, I mean, there were like decent bits to it, but I don't know. It just all seemed like so much of the dialogue in that was just pure like fucking cheese. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like X-Men dialogue. I know that it's a bit silly because some of them wear like funny rubber outfits and that. But this was just a bit like, oh my, what the fuck are you going on about? Because James McAvoy, I
Good
personally
actor.
think First Class is probably the best one they've done since the first two.
Yeah, and I think they just since they rebooted the universe, every single movie just gone down. Like since Fassbender and McAvoy been in it, every movie they've done have just gone down in quality.
I wasn't crazy about Days of Future Past, and I just feel like it's just always an excuse to just like let's shoehorn in every single character.
Yeah,
just everybody.
No, yeah, it is. There is a little bit of that. It's hard to manage it when you've got about 20 people doing stuff.
But one thing I will say, right, this was by far my personal highlight, and it was probably my highlight of Days of Future Past as well. Evan Peters as Quicksilver.
Yes,
I think those scenes are so good where he's just running around. They're so cool.
It was amazing. The mansion scene, that's my favourite scene in the film. It's the redeeming quality of the film. Other than that, I really can't think of an amazing scene in this film.
That's the only thing that sticks out. It really like...
It's brilliant. It's so good. The music, because obviously he puts on his music and then just runs around just saving everyone, and how he does it as well.
It's quite
funny.
humorous, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
I personally would, if they were going to do another X-Men solo film, I think
Quicksilver.
I would like to see Quicksilver. I mean, I'd also like to see like a potentially a Magneto one with Michael Fassbender, but I think Quicksilver would be like the most interesting.
But after that scene of watching this man who can run quicker than an explosion,
because he saves about 100 people.
Yeah, he saves about 100 people from an explosion. Now imagine how fast an explosion goes. Probably faster than the speed of sound. So this man can run and react quicker than the speed of sound. Then helicopters land and fire out some sort of sonic cannon, which just knocks everyone down, and he can't escape that. He just physically can't. There's nothing stopping him.
Yeah,
he just
it
can't
doesn't
run
really
away
make
from
a lot
it.
of sense, does it?
No,
Let's be honest. If you get, and
there's a lot of weird power
and
level
somehow he
stuff
lets
in this film. where
Cyclops' brother die because it's what was it, Havoc?
Well,
or
no,
whatever.
it's because he was right next to the explosion.
Yeah.
So
But he was in I think he was in the last two films, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's now dead. So that was a bold move, killing off a character that everyone had forgotten about. Pretty much.
But anyway, yeah. So this movie suffers a little bit from power level stuff of Apocalypse seems to have every single power in the world, but not at some points.
Yeah, well, when you're first introduced to him, and he uses sand to just like cut people's heads off.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, oh wow,
Shrinks people's into wall. Like you're
then he,
a wall now. Hey.
And he does that to when Magneto's going to kill those dudes. Then he literally like pulls them apart or whatever. And they just like they're nothing. And then there's other points where he's just a bit weak. I mean, this is such a mess. And like the final battle seems to go on for quite a while. It seems to be like a good
drags
30 minutes or so, and it just seems to be a lot happening. Just stuff flying up into the sky. I was half expecting Cara Delevingne to start belly dancing around.
What's his name? The guy who plays Beast.
That would be Nick
Clegg.
Was it Nick Clegg? No.
It's Nick Clegg.
Oh, Nick Clegg plays Beast, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
Nick Clegg plays Beast.
He
Nick Clegg, former leader of the Lib Dem Party, plays Beast.
No, I'll quickly check.
Yeah, he's good. He's decent. He's all right in this. But okay, yeah. So between the last battle and the Xavier Mansion getting fucked up because they kidnapped Professor X, there's a scene that they literally only have in this film. It's about a 30-minute scene. They only have it in this film so that Wolverine can be in it.
Oh yes, how annoying was that bullshit, man?
It is so out of place in this film. They literally get kidnapped by a random striker who turns Wolverine into Wolverine.
Quick little trivia for you.
Yeah.
That guy that played Stryker, you might have recognised him. He was in Mad Max Fury Road. He was in that guy. It was the guy that was in the car with Nux. He was, the thingy bloke.
Yeah.
Did you notice? Because he's got like a weird sort of smile.
Yeah.
I noticed that. The other
So
day.
anyway,
Nicholas Hoult, by the way.
Nicholas Hoult. Yeah. He got so they all get kidnapped, taken to this facility, which they escape, all just so we can see Wolverine.
He just does. I must admit, he's quite cool. I mean, he does like stab a load of people up, but.
No, but why put him in this film? He doesn't need to be in this film.
Especially he's got his own solo film coming up. We already know this has happened because we've seen it like twice in two other films.
He just runs out into the Canadian wilderness. Like, bye. Okay, that was great. Do not come and fight with us.
You might get frostbite.
Yeah,
cold out there.
Just go. Like,
It was a bit
it annoyed me so much. Why did they put that? So this film could have been 20 minutes shorter if they'd have just skipped that bullshit.
I reckon they could have skimmed it down to like an hour 40. Easy.
And then it was a stupid bit at the end of that where they're like, can you fly a plane? Yeah, we've got to put these jumpsuits on though.
Hey, one thing we haven't spoke about yet, because I guess she was that forgettable, was old Sansa Stark as Jean Grey. She was doing a shit American accent. Oh my God, where am I?
I don't think it was that bad.
I don't know. I just...
It's annoying because this whole franchise is going to get rebooted. They're either going to reset the universe.
Not again. Not
they will.
No.
No. I think that they're going to reset the universe back to zero. No Days of Future Past bullshit. They're going to reset the whole universe back to zero. And I just feel like they're going to lose a lot of these really good actors they've got playing these roles.
Well, yeah, you got Fast, you got McAvoy, you got Evan Peters as good as Quicksilver.
Lawrence.
That's just three off the top of my head.
But yeah, so this franchise is just going to reset. Hugh Jackman's not going to be able to come back if they reset it.
Well, they're talking about it.
I think after Logan, they're going to
Logan,
they're going to
reset. He's pushing 50 anyway. Don't get me wrong. He's
No.
still rich. He's still taking steroids, but they need to move on, don't they?
What I mean is they've had all these years to make some fucking amazing X-Men films, and they've just squandered the chance.
If you look at what they've done since, let's just talk for a quickly. X-Men 1, pretty good. I thought that was one of the better superhero films. When you think when it was made 2000, it was one of the first to really break through. X-Men 2, a couple of years later, great as well. This was around 2002, 2003. It had like that cool vibe. X-Men 3, Last Stand, fucking terrible, like abysmal.
Yeah,
so bad. Jean Grey just melts Doctor.
2006,
and then I think after that is it Origins, which was so bad. It had
horrible.
Who was in it again? That guy from Black Eyed Peas.
Will.i.am.
Will.i.am was in it.
Then First Class. Okay, yeah, that we still was saying on Origins.
That was just fucking abysmal.
Oh god, it had that shitty. Was that the one with the shitty robot at the end?
No, that was the second X-Men.
Oh,
after that, I think it was First Class, wasn't it?
Then it was First Class.
I think this was one of the better ones that
good.
they've done for a very long time.
Then they did the Wolverine,
which was for the first half hour, 40 minutes was quite interesting, and then just devolved into nonsense again.
Japanese samurai robot at the end. Then Days of Future Past, which was good, but not as good as First Class. Yeah. Then Apocalypse.
Yeah, which has gone back to like pretty much the lowest points for me.
Nowhere near as good as First Class.
It was just so like, oh my god.
But you see what I mean? It's got worse. Yeah. It's gone First Class, Days of Future Past, and then this. But yeah, they will reboot this universe 100%. But they're going to lose all these big actor names they could have done something well with. Jennifer Lawrence is pointless in this film. Her character is blue and can turn into other stuff.
She's still having like inner strife.
She offers no other help in this film at all.
For 3 films, all she's been doing is going, I don't know where I fit in this world. No one will accept me for being blue. Just get your fucking tits out, love. No one cares.
Her character, it just sucks so bad.
It is, isn't it like a shit
what does she do?
I think the original Mystique's much better.
I just don't know what she does. She can turn into other people, which is okay if you're trying to infiltrate the government or something. But when you're fighting against,
or if you're trying to commit credit card fraud, then it's going to help.
Oh yeah, so yeah, her and Sansa Stark offer like no, yeah.
I mean, I think we should have spent.
But then again, there's a couple of I didn't think the guy who played Cyclops was okay. The guy who played Nightcrawler was shit.
He was fucking dog shit.
Guy who played
Like,
Apocalypse,
terrible.
he might be a good actor, but Apocalypse was not a good character for him.
I think we should to really truly encompass our feelings, we should discuss how the final battle makes no sense in any way.
Yeah.
This is an all-conquering, all-fearing, near enough all-powerful supervillain, but for whatever reason, or basically he kind of like assimilates the powers of whoever he transfers into, from what I can understand, and he wants to transfer into Xavier's body because then he can control everybody at once.
Yeah,
in the
because
entire world.
he can amplify his powers, so he could basically, get in contact with anyone in the world and control them.
Especially because he knows about Cerebro, and that's somehow relevant in some way.
Do you know what though? Before this scene, there is a good, okay scene where they fire all the nuclear weapons into the space.
Yeah, I thought that was
I didn't
quite
mind. That was
interesting,
quite good. Yeah, they just fire him up in the air and they all
He
just
obviously wants to
carry
get rid
on.
of him, so
And
no
you
one can
see
stop
all
him,
like
doesn't he?
people around the world, like in America and Russia, and that freaking out. Where are they going? And then they're just going into space. But yeah, so he spends all of this battle trying to get into Charles Xavier's mind,
And they're having like some
and
sort
the
of...
X-Men are trying to save Charles Xavier.
And they're trying to have like... They're having some sort of strange dream battle where they're sort of fighting
That's
in
at
the
the
dream.
end. Yeah.
Now, this is what happens now, when he's
Yeah.
in Charles's head.
No,
Because then
it's
there's a final battle afterwards where he's actually physically fighting the other X-Men.
Oh yeah. When
Yeah.
he goes in Charles' head, just shows I can own you in your own head.
Because they're sort of fighting,
But-
and then he just gets really big and just starts pummeling him.
I like
And it's like, I didn't quite
Nightcrawler
understand that.
fighting Angel. That was quite good. Nightcrawler's trying to zip in and into the pyramid and then zip back to the ship.
Yeah.
And Angel was trying to fight him. That's an okay one-on-one battle, but everything else going on is pure bullshit.
Yeah, all the other battles I can't really remember. I mean, Cyclops was zapping some.
So Magneto's
Stuff,
been
or-
given
I
the
don't know.
power to control metal throughout the world.
He's like,
Which, okay,
messing with the
I just
core of the Earth and stuff.
I don't
apparently.
understand what the end goal was.
He was gonna cleanse everything.
No, but what was the end goal?
It's the cleansing.
Make everyone think you're a god. Well, you don't need to destroy the world to make everyone think you're a god.
No, but people have
But-
mistreated the Earth.
But did you?
It's cleansing.
It was
It's a deep cleanse.
watching it. Oh god, watching
His motivations aren't
Magneto's
very
in a
great.
massive metal sphere and he's just fucking up the world, and not like a little bit. He's just fucking up the world. Like
He's
even
like
after
picking up
he's
buildings and stuff, isn't he?
Yeah.
Also, yeah,
He's
like
just
whole
like-
cities.
essentially picking up London and just dropping it on the ground. Like he's just fucking everything up, and it just went too far. Like the amount of damage he did just was too much.
Yeah, insurance wouldn't cover that.
No, it wouldn't. You'd have a nightmare. You'd
You're
have a
an
nightmare.
absolute fucking nightmare.
Well, especially when the insurance company's probably fucked up as well.
Yeah, their
But
building's gone.
All the buildings are gone. But
No one's gonna pay out.
the world-ending level destruction that he caused in this film is just stupid. He didn't need to do it. I just don't understand the end goal.
It just turned into like the day after tomorrow a bit, but caused by Magneto.
It literally, it really was, yeah.
But
Yeah.
this
So,
is- In the very final, like this is what I want to get to. The final like battle royale. Quicksilver starts punching Magneto, and you think he's got the upper hand.
No,
Apocalypse rather.
Yeah.
And then Apocalypse sort of like glues his leg to the floor,
Yeah.
breaks his leg,
Yeah.
because that's what an all-powerful mutant does. It doesn't just destroy you and melt you,
Yeah.
and disintegrate you. It gives you the old leg break. Everyone knows that. And then he starts choking Mystique, I think. And it seems to take him like an inordinate amount of time to
No,
kill her with the
Mystique actually comes in useful for once and comes up to him in disguise as Psylocke, which is one of the mutants he's got following her. And
Oh, yeah.
she tries to slash his neck, which is stupid because he's immortal.
doesn't quite work.
Yep. And then so he starts strangling her. Then Magneto sees that he's strangling her. Then Magneto decides that
Crisis
he
of
doesn't want
conscience
to
once
destroy,
again.
destroy the Earth. He wants to save Blue Lady. So he stops destroying the Earth and he tries stopping Apocalypse. And then all the X-Men use all their powers on Apocalypse.
And then he's basically
And
just getting
then-
burnt and
And
having a
then
metal shot at him.
and then Charles Xavier realizes he can get into Apocalypse's head still, so he gets into his head, realizes he's not powerful enough, and Sansa starts realizing she's really powerful, also gets into their head, and then you see the Phoenix Force.
And then he melts, basically.
Yeah, he melts. She
disintegrates.
flies into the air, does the Phoenix Force, which is annoying because it's one of the best X-Men storylines. It's literally one of the best X-Men
Best one
storylines,
ever.
and now it's wasted because it's a shit film. And he just gets disintegrated, yeah. But the thing that annoys me is like they're all like, everyone focus your powers on him. They did shit.
Yeah, that was one of those fucking stupid things, isn't it? We can't beat him 1-on-1, but all together we can. No, I'm pretty sure individually he should still be able to kill you all.
What does
anyway.
Beast do in that final battle other than point Cyclops' head at him?
He runs around. I
Oh.
think he throws some debris.
That fucking Moira Brown girl, she didn't need to be there. Why did they bring her with them?
Who's Moira Brown?
Moira, is that her name Moira Brown?
Is that just the random spy lady?
Yeah, the random
Has
spy
no
lady.
powers and it could
no
easily
powers.
be killed.
Just hanging out in the ship.
It's because
I'll
Xavier
you
wants
guys-
to boink her.
Oh, you guys go ahead. I'll just hang out in the ship.
I want to do some googling.
I'm gonna.
I want to do my shopping online.
Oh god, yeah. The end scene today is just bullshit.
But no, there's one last thing I would like to dig out. All right.
And it's go on.
After all this has happened and the X-Men's X-Men mansion's been destroyed, there's a scene which shows Jean Grey and Magneto putting it all together. What I would like to know is, were they also installing plumbing and electricity whilst they were putting it together? Because it didn't look like it to me. So they've in fact made an empty shell that is not functional in any way.
Yeah, that end scene. I didn't mind the end scene where they're like, "You guys have to train now, fight the robots from the last film." That was okay. But once again, why was Jennifer Lawrence in there? All she can do is turn into other things. How's she going to fight a robot?
She can trick the robot into thinking she is
A
Oh,
robot.
wait
Oh,
a minute.
I'll turn into that robot's child.
a tiny little miniature version of it. So all in all, this film was a tremendous disappointment for me, especially as Bryan Singer was attached. I was hoping for a bit more.
I think, they gave him too much free reign.
Out of all the films that we have reviewed, this is probably, I'd say, by far the worst.
This is the worst
For me.
superhero film this year, and there's been six superhero films this year. Deadpool,
Sex,
Civil War,
Doctor Strange,
Suicide Squad, Batman vs Superman, Doctor Strange, and this. Yeah, 6. So this is the worst one out of all 6, easily.
Oh, no, I think Batman. It's as bad as Batman vs Superman. I'd say. I think I probably hate Batman vs
At least
Superman.
Batman in
more than
Batman vs Superman was sick.
this. Except for when he's killing people and breaking all his own rules, and just waking up from dreams all the time. Oh, this was a dream. This was a dream. This was a dream.
Yeah, he does spend a lot of
But
that
yeah,
film sleeping.
score-wise, I will be giving this a grand total of 4 out of 10. 4.
I will agree with that. I will give it 4 out of 10.
This is below average. It is disappointing. It is overly long. If they cut like 30 minutes out of it, it could have been a 5
Just
or
go
a
on
6.
YouTube, search Quicksilver scene, X-Men Apocalypse, be impressed at that because it's very good. It is worth watching. It's an out-of-place good scene in a shit film. Watch that and then just don't watch the rest of the film. Do yourself a favour.
And that's pretty much it. I mean, next week we will be reviewing Fantastic Beasts and Where I Left Them. Did I leave them in the car?
Please go and watch it.
Feedback, yeah.
Oh yeah, give us some feedback. Let us know how we're doing.
We've got some
Suggest some-
reviews this week.
Suggest some films you might.
Just a film.
Suggest a film you'd like to watch us lay into for half an hour.
A song you'd like us to sing.
Anyway, I've been Weirdo. This is my
She
sub
loves
co-host,
you.
the Beardo.
Yes, and this is a beardo and a weirdo talk film. Goodbye.